Hello, Gadget Man here. Today is going to be the first day that I'm going to show how to build something. Got here this old rocket I made out of paper. It's extremely light. Fly it on a small motor. For size, it went pretty good. I don't know, it went a couple of 100 feet up there or something. Doesn't sound like a lot, but this rocket here is usually flown with a C-size engine or something even bigger than that. And I'm flying it on a little A. But we'll take you through all the instructions on how to make one of these things. I'm going to change the design a little bit. Parachutes in there. As you can see, this thing, it feels like it's like 2 layers of paper, maybe 1. We're going to just, I've changed the design on how to build these from this. This was like printed on a printer, and that's where all these graphics come from. And later on, we'll show you how to hand paint those on, make it real. Also, you have this rocket nozzle. What's a rocket without a nozzle, okay? Couple of reasons why I made this nozzle on these rockets. Most people don't do that, but this stuff is only really thin paper. So one function of the rocket nozzle is when it's coming back down, hopefully it lands on this, okay, and it won't damage the fins. This has been flown several times, so you can see a little damage there, but it wasn't anything major. Doesn't keep you from flying it over again. But anyway, yeah, Moon Eyes missile. Originally, I called these series of rockets a spear rockets. My own design, the way it looks and everything. I'm going to change a few things on this thing, because I could feel there's some kind of weight to this. What we're going to do is, let me put that away. Got a piece of paper. First thing we got to do is lay it out on paper from scratch. I use this thing and I tape it down. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is tape this puppy down. I like to use this blue tape. Let's see, what's it called? Clean release tape. Got it from Ace Hardware. It makes it so it holds it down, but when you want to remove it, let's put this side. Curve, see the curves? That way you don't have any paper curling up on you. Just kind of make it look nice. And hit the corners. I'm going to show you a little trick here. You take this and you fold it over just a little bit to leave something. Go like this. Let's see. Pull it straight. Nice and flat. That little tab makes it easy to remove the tape when it's time to remove the tape. So tear off a little bit of extra. Gonna go like that. Help keep it flat. One more. Ooh, that was a good one. Alright. And then when you put the tape back away, put one of those tabs on here. That way it won't be all messed up on here. You ever remember sitting there having to dig that out of there? If you do this every time you use every time you use a roll of tape, then next time when you need it, it's easy to get it started, pulled off, you know, and all that stuff. Okay. Not going to use that pencil. That's one of those crappy pencils I was telling you about. Okay, make sure your pencil's really nice and sharp. I think my first video was showing you about the pencil. Make it awesome sharp, man. Okay, so, or if we could do this thing using a scale. Okay, I'm just going to make a line on here. Let's just draw the whole rocket first. Here's a trick, okay? Put the pencil right there on that crosshair, on that line. Then move the ruler up, and then you look at the other end, and you line that up and make it look like the same position at the top. Okay, I'm just going to make a little quick line here. That gets us started. Okay, now the paper we're going to use is construction paper, and the size of that is 12 by 9. Okay, and the grain of the paper is usually, you know what, I'm not sure. This you have to keep the grain of the paper correctly. I think the grain of the paper on this runs this way on the sheet. Okay, so 9 inches. Okay, let's make this 1/2 inch equals 1 inch. That's a scale. Okay, just showing you how to make a drawing here. Okay, let's see. Now I'm going to take this rocket. Let's measure diameter. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. 1.5 inches. Okay. Okay, put that back here. 1.5 inches. So that's 3/4 of an inch on here. That's half of that. 1, 2, 3. There's the 1/4 inch. Okay, so you got that. And with these lines, this lined graph paper, it's just easier to do all these measurements simply. Okay. All right, let's see. Where's the bottom of this rocket? Let's just put it right here. Like that. Okay, there's the width, and now the height. 9 inches, 4.5 inches. Okay, 4.5. Okay, let's put a line across there. Okay, this is the bottom body tube for this, okay? What have I got on here? I'm just measuring. That's 12 inches. Okay. I'm going to do 2 body tubes. That's that length. Like I said, we're going to modify this design a little bit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Yeah, I think if the rocket's a little bit longer, it'll look a bit better. Okay. Now, I'm going to darken up the main lines. Oh, that was good. Now, because these good pencils, Ticonderosa, or however you pronounce that, gotta hold down on it. Hold down on that ruler really good, because if the ruler slips, then you just saw what happens. I'm just darkening the main lines up. Okay, and there's that. And there's this. Okay. That looks good to me. Okay, let's see. 4.5. 5 by 2 equals, just in case, 2 1/4. 1, 2 1/4. How about that? We have a line already ready there. Okay. Okay, this is a sheet, and this is a sheet so far we got 2 12 by 9 sheets of construction paper for this. Maybe less, it all depends how much of it we cut off. But this one, we're going to end up cutting in half. So, let's see. Let's erase some of those lines. Okay, now I'm going to put some dimensions on there. Doesn't have to be real neat. Okay. Okay, put one halfway down on that, between those. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then put some lines on there like that. That divides the pieces. So, we have 18 inches here in length. Okay, Got 9 inches here, and 9 inches. Now let's just put one more down here. Okay, just like that. Okay, 4 1/4. That's what it was, 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Okay, and then the width of that, what did we say that was? 1.5 inches? Yeah, 1.5 inches. Alright, so there's a basic drawing right there of the tube. But yeah, we don't know what the width of this paper is gonna be yet. Okay, so I'm gonna just sheets of paper right here. We don't know what that is. Yeah, that was a good slipper. Hold on. Okay, so this doesn't have to be to scale. So I put not to scale right there, and then we'll make a sheet. I don't know, it just eyeball this, it's not measured. Do this quick as possible. Okay, so we have this, this, like this. Okay, so we go like that, like that, like that, like that. Tick marks, we don't know what it is, put a question mark there. Okay, and this one here is 9, just like before. It's just a sheet of paper, and I'm gonna just eyeball this next one like that. This is not to scale. Whatever that is, it'll be the same width as that, but we're gonna make 2 of those. Okay. Okay. This, you don't even have to use the ruler when you're doing this part of it. You could be sloppy. This is just to show you that you can make any kind of rocket or any design of anything that you want out of this paper. Let me darken, always make your object darker than the dimension lines. That way you can define the differences just by glancing at it. Okay. Oh, when you're drawing, it's good to rotate the pencil. That way you'll maintain the same sharpness and maintain a consistent line thickness across. Like that. Okay. Now, we're going to name these. Let's see, what do you call that? I'm just going to write it in here. Okay, body tube A, body tube B. Now, quantity here is, how about 3 of those? And then we'll put the other one on the nose cone section. 3 of these, okay? So we're going to make 1 of those and 3 of these tubes. The other one will be connected to the nose cone when we get to that point. So there you have the drawing. Okay, that's a good start. I know it'd take too long to completely make it. You could see that like that. And you can duplicate that. You might want to put your initials on there. And the date. 28th. 25. Okay. Okay, so we need to cut it. We need to determine, we'll figure out what this will be later. Put a question mark up here. But the length, oops, forgot that one. 4 1/4. So these are the sheets that we're going to cut out. To make that, well, I'll show you how to make the tube. I wonder if I could I'll just eyeball this Okay, that's just the round tube looking at it this way. Okay. I don't have any paper. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you know what? We could just go ahead and make the next drawing. Fold a little tab on there so you can put the tape down here. Use it over again. Don't waste anything. We'll get it out of there, and then we tape down the next sheet. Okay. Okay. Just like before. Okay, we're going to call this sustainer. That's the bottom part of the rocket. Okay, now we know the size. Okay, where'd the ruler go? Right here. Okay, we're going to make another line here. This is just a guideline. Okay, so 1.5, that was 3/4. Just like that. Rotate. So I'm just making a couple of light lines on here. Like that. Now, 4.5. It's like 2.25, huh? Right here. Nose cone section, okay? Let's measure this. Maybe we'll make the cone on the new one a little. We're going to make really a different kind of a nose cone. 6.5. 3.25. 1, 2, 3.25. Oh, I think I want to go bigger than that. How big? Much bigger. We're just measuring the nose cone. 6 inches, 7. Let's call it 7. Does anybody know what a 7 divided by 2 equals? I'm not a very good mathematician. 3.5 inches. Okay, 1, 2, 3.5. So I just increased the nose cone length. Okay, so I'll make a center line here. Oh, here we go. Sharpen that pencil. It's getting dull. Oh, I just broke the lid. That was my fault, not the pencil's. Okay, razor sharp again. Okay. A center line is usually shown with some kind of dashes. So I got a dash, like come over here, broken dash, and one little on there. So if you can see real close how I got that line, you can see the dashes there, or maybe you can't. Okay, we're going to make this cone. Just same technique. Put the pencil down on that spot there and then roll that ruler in the correct position. Okay, I'm going to eyeball this because we can make something a little more technical. Let's see. I don't know what the radius of that would be, or that would be more complicated, but we kind of just wing that. I'm looking at the space between here and here and here and here as I'm going down, and I'm trying to keep it the same. See how you can make a... Okay, I don't like that. Let's erase that in there. Okay. This is kind of what you would call eyeballing. There's better ways to do this. But for this purpose, good enough. Looks like I got that side pretty good. Let's see. Just eyeballing it, making the curve eventually getting to the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to erase some of those side lines. Let's get rid of that up there. Like that. Okay, I'm going to erase those straight lines I made in there, but not the center line. Okay, draw that back in. Sometimes you could put your wrist down here and get kind of a compass effect. Like rotating, that way you'll get a good curve on that thing. Okay, that looks good enough for me. Okay, like that. Like this. Then we got this. Let's give one all the way across for the overall length. Okay, 7 inches. And this was 4 1/4. Okay. 11 1/4. It will be the whole length of the nose cone section. Okay. There we are. Now let's go, like before, we'll go darken this up. Okay. Darken these sections up. Yeah, this whole section will be all glued together. There is some inner tubes, the motor tubes that need to be made too and designed. Sharpen the pencil. Okay, this is what we're going to build the motor tube on. Probably all the rest of it with some weird techniques I'll show you for accuracy. Let's see what this is. 5/8. Okay, we got that center line in there. Here, I'll show you a trick. You could just measure this off on here. Okay, here it was. Just like make a line there. Count off 5/16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got that. Here's another trick. Okay, and then the center of that, it's okay to eyeball that, will be like that. Okay, that's like the easiest way to do this. Make a couple of marks there, come down here, line that up with that center line, and then do the same thing. Of course, the thickness of the paper will make it a little bit thicker than shown. Okay, and here's the same thing. Put your pencil on top of there, move the ruler down so it lines up with the bottom one, and we're going to go like this. Okay, like that. Same thing on that one. There's nothing perfectly accurate about... Let's see. Oh, you know what? Okay. It's okay to bring that up because we're going to have this inside sleeve. Okay, like that. Okay. Make it here. We could just get a rough idea of how long that thing's going to be. See, like this. I'm just eyeballing like that. Okay, good enough for me. Think, boy, think. Oh, we're going to measure the length of that. Whatever it comes out to, it's ×2. They always put the numbers on the rulers on the wrong side, huh? That's 5 inches, so that's going to be 10 inches. Just like that. Okay, so... okay, like that. We got, what did I say, 5/8. That's going to be the diameter of that by 10 inches. I don't know what kind of a sheet we're going to need for that. Let's go ahead and draw it in there. It's going to be that long to start off with. We don't know how wide it's going to be yet till we get there. Then when you actually make the piece, then you can measure it off and get the correct dimensions on here. For the next time, it's easy. You just cut the sheets exactly to a certain size. Just like that. Okay, like this, like that, 10 inches. And this is question mark. Right, just like that. Okay. We'll call this, I don't know, upper inner tube. Like that, okay. You only need one of these. Just like that. Okay, is there anything else? Oh yeah, there's that, that sleeve. We're going to just eyeball this. Let's see if that's 1.5 inches. Let's just do a blow-up drawing here. This is not going to be to scale or anything. Well, maybe we could just make it full size. Okay, 1.5, right? Okay, there's that. Like this. Okay, 1.5. Right there. Okay. So you're going to have just as much sticking inside there. Well, let's see. I think because there's always a problem of ejection from past experiences. No, I'm going to make that less. 1.5. Let's go 1 inch on that. Unlike the other one, that was ridiculous how long that is. 1.5. Okay. And no, that's not correct. 1 inch. My mistake. That's why you gotta double check everything. Okay, from here to here is 1 inch. And then we got a 1/2 inch here. That's why you do this junk on paper first. Make it work on paper first. Then you won't waste your time when you make the thing and get it all done and find out that it's no good, you know. Okay. Coupler. Is that what we call this? I don't know what you call that section. I'm just going to call it a nose cone coupler. There we go. And quantity of those, 1. Okay. Okay, that's 1.5 inch wide. 1.5 inch. Okay, that's going to be attached right here. What if I should just draw that in here? Okay, yeah, well, you know. I'm going to show it as slightly smaller across. Like that. Mark that on here. Nose cone coupler. Okay. I'm going to call this, because I'm just doing this live, I'm just winging it. You can go back and change the names of these drawings, anything you want. I'm going to call that's drawing 2. This is nose cone assembly, like that. Again, you know, years from now, if you want, you got plans to make another one. This is just a small rocket, and eventually I want to make a video showing a much bigger one. C engine or D engine size, we'll make a big one. It'll be a little bit more complicated, but all the building techniques will be all the same. 28, 25, there we are. Okay, so this is questionable until we actually get there. And nose cone coupler. I'm gonna just nose cone coupler sheet. Okay, which will be, okay, I'm just winging it right here just for speed. 1.5 inches by question mark. We don't know that yet. Okay, there's those parts. And we actually have this. Okay, let's make this sheet 3. This is sheet 1. And we need another one for that inner tube. We can conclude today's instruction. Come on up there, little stubborn guy. Okay. Alright. Have to use reference. Now we got the basics down. Okay, carefully peel that off. See how another trick is watch how I'm peeling this. I'm pulling it kind of back and away as to not tear the paper and do weird things with it. See that? If you just pull it down, it'll rip the paper or cause some bad things. So I'm just careful with that. Okay, next sheet. This is turning into more sheets. I started off with going, oh, we can just do it on one sheet. No, it takes as many drawings. By the time we're done, we're going to have a whole pile of drawings. And then you keep your drawings for future. Okay, where's that pencil? It's rolling away. Alright, pencil. Okay, I'm just going to make another reference line here like that. Okay, let's see. Now, I'm going to reference this. That's 10 inches. We could just assemble those. Okay, here we go. Let's see. It doesn't matter on the width because we don't know what it is. Okay, like that. 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Just like that. Okay, get rid of some of that line. I drew it a lot bigger than I thought I needed. Let's come over here and just wing in something like that. Okay, again, put these lines on here. Well, the longest that we're going to get out of here is 9 inches. Just keep in mind, the grain of the paper determines which way we're going to roll this up. Hopefully the paper I'm using is the way it was. I remember it. Okay, where the grain of the paper direction is a certain way. That's kind of important. Okay, let's see. Let's call this motor tube sheet. How many of those are we going to need? Okay, it's 18. What did we say the whole length of that drawing? The whole 18 inches. To start out, we're not going to use it all that way, but that's where we get to until we trim it down to fit. Okay. 2. Now, what do we call that? Motor tube. Just like that. initials, date. Getting this video done here. Okay. Now I think we got everything we need to get started on this rocket. Like that. Erase a little gap in there like that just to make it neat. Just some blueprint making techniques. So we got this nose cone, that 10 inches. Okay. And then let's see what the overall length of this rocket's going to be. Okay. Even though we could do this in our head, it's better just to do it like this. 250 plus, then you know you're not going to make any mistakes. Okay. Okay, let's do a sloppy drawing. The rocket's going to be 29 inches. Isn't that kind of big? Well, we can, this will be a nice size rocket. Okay, so that divided by 2 equals 14. Okay, so I'm just going to make a sloppy little drawing here of the rocket. I think I'm going to stick with these fins because we want to, this is not accurate or nothing, but like this, like that, just winging some kind of a drawing. Probably change the fin design a little bit. Okay, so you're going to have this. This just shows you how big the rocket's going to be. 1.5 inches in diameter. Oh, that was good. This ain't going to be too bad of a size of a rocket. Okay. So it's going to be over 29 inches tall. Huh. That's like, let's see how big this is. 12 and 12 is 24. It's going to be a little bit longer than this, than the original one. Yeah, I know I got all this, yeah, it smells like fireworks. There's a parachute, very crudely done. Boy, have I got a new kind of a parachute to show you guys. And so far, it looks like it's going to work out really good. Okay, just jam all this in here. Okay. Here we are, one rocket ship. Okay, let's get this off of here. Put that back over here, out of the way. I think we got a basic drawings to start this thing. We'll start building on the next video. Okay, all right then. We've got these drawings completed. 3 drawings that we could get this thing started. They call them drawings, blueprints, whatever. Anyway, you got a little bit of taste on how you can make your own. You can just, you know, print these or just, you know, copy them or whatever. Hit the pause button, hit a screenshot. Let's see, let me put these up one at a time. Boy, where is it? Number 1. Don't know if you got that or not. Okay. Number 2. Screenshot, copy, whatever. Hopefully it's all going in there okay. And then there's this one. Just like that. Okay, and then there's that one. You don't need that. Anyway. Alright. So, get these glasses off. So that was day 1 on the build. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you so are inclined to build your own and follow along, you're more than welcome to. It's like there's nothing about it that's coming apart or anything. It's all just fine. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss another episode. And we'll catch you on the next video. Gadget Man, over and out.